Hi, I'm Carlos Carrillo and I'm going to talk about smoking meats. First of all, smoking is a method of cooking meat and other foods over a fire. Wood chips are added to the fire to give a smoky flavor to the food, and it's very important that smoking is separate from drying. Smoking adds flavor to the meat, fish and poultry and provides a small food preservation effect. In the smoking process, the brining is very important because of the salt in the brine makes the proteins in the meat more water absorbent. When sodium and chloride ions get into the meat tissue, their electrical charges mess with the proteins, so they can hold onto moisture more effectively and lose less of it during the cooking process. For an optimal moisture retention, it's important to soak your meat in a brine for 10 to 12 hours before smoking. Talking a little bit about history, it's very important to know that smoking is one of the oldest of food preservation methods, probably having arisen shortly after the development of cooking with fire. The practice attained high levels of sophistication in several cultures, notably the smoking of fish in Scandinavia and northwestern North America, and the production of smoked hams in Europe and the United States. Now I'm gonna talk about the good things about smoking meat and why we do that. First of all, it makes food taste better. Then, it gives to the food a rich browny color. And it helps to preserve food. Smoke tends to preserve meat, and many of the chemicals present in the smoke of the wood are natural preservatives as well. However, as I explained before, it is very important to brine the meat before. There are two types of smoking meats. First, hot smoking. Hot smoking is the process where meat is slowly cooked and smoked at the same time. In the smoker, the air temperature is increased and carefully controlled to raise the meat temperature to produce a fully cooked food product. The smoke comes from combustion at temperatures that are high enough to cook the meat, usually between 65 to 93 Celsius degrees. Then we have cold smoking. The trick here is to expose the food to smoke without much heat. The food needs to be kept lower than 37 Celsius degree, and this is usually accomplished by keeping the food in an unheated chamber while smoke from another chamber is pumped in. And also we have direct smoking and indirect smoking. How you can smoke meat? Well, whether done on a commercial or a home scale, the smoking technique involves hanging the meat or placing it on racks in a chamber designed to contain the smoke. Knowing this, it's important to talk about storage. It's relevant to cool the meat quickly, so large pieces need to be cut into smaller ones. The refrigerated smoked meat product has a shelf life of 3 to 4 days. The freezer is the best option for long-term storage of smoked meat, but the freezer shelf life is not as long as that of fresh cooked meat products. We have to talk about which wood you should use to smoke a meat. We have hardwoods such as hickory, alder, oak, cedar, and some others. Fruit woods such as cherry, pear, apple, orange, and other woods. And also we have spices and herbs such as cinnamon, rosemary, peppercorns, and others. Then we have some of wood components and flavors. We have alder, applewood, hickory, pecan, maple, mesquite, oak, cherrywood, and there's many others that can be used to smoke a meat. Liquid smoke is another way to add smoke flavor to fish and meat. There are two advantages to using liquid smoke. The first advantage is the amount of smoke flavor is completely controlled. The second is that the smoke flavor is immediate. Now that you have all this information, I'll give you some tips to smoke your meat properly. For direct cold smoking, use ice. It's important to add other preservation methods, such as brine. The longer the time, the smokier the flavor and the deeper the color. Don't smoke food for too long. Don't consume smoked food in high quantities. It's important to control the temperature. Use high quality meat. Take your meat out the fridge 1 to 2 hours prior to adding into the smoker. It's important to know the wood that you have to use and what they pair well with. After smoking, it's essential to rest your meat before you eat it. Thanks for watching.